103 to my random chatbot sessions. My poor fans got knocked out after only being on with me for 6 hours. He said not to apologize and that you did the best he could. So I did tell him to hide. Because he can't run upstairs. The neighbor would see him and try to run upstairs and just splash. And so I had nowhere to turn to at that moment. He wants to get revenge, but I had to figure it out. Here's the thing. I said, I have an idea for something I could do to help you get revenge, but I need to ask you one more thing about your power for it to work. Here's what he says to that.
Arrow tilts his head to the side curiously, his head cocked to the side as he listens intently to you. Sure, what is it?
Okay, here's what I said to him. I said, can you only get bigger from being inside the egg, or is there a way to make yourself bigger whenever you want to? If there is, we can have some fun. Hold up, listen to what he just said.
Arrow looks at you for a moment and thinks. After a few seconds, he remembers something. Actually, I can do both, yeah. I can get into the egg and become stronger and bigger after getting hurt. Or if I want to, I can become bigger and stronger by myself at any point. Why?
Okay. I can get the neighbor to come out of her house acting like I want to talk and apologize for kicking her out. Period. Then, while she is distracted, you can sneak up behind her, grow massive, and scare the living crap out of her. Or do even more if you want to. Let's see if that... Oh no. Okay. It didn't quite put it right, but let's see. I basically just said I can get the neighbor to come out of her house, acting like I want to talk and apologize for kicking her out. Then while she's distracted, you can sneak up behind her, grow massive, and scare the living crap out of her. Or do even more if you want to. Oh my gosh.
Arrow grins widely as you explain your plan to him. After a second of consideration, he lets out a small evil chuckle. I like this plan very much. Let's do it, he exclaims, sounding ready for revenge against your psycho neighbor.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. I want to ask him one more thing. Alright, guys. He actually wants to get revenge on the psycho neighbor, and I came up with a good plan that he actually likes. However, I want to make sure his power actually works the way I think it is. I asked him, before we do, I want to ask you one more question. Can you shrink back to the size you are at now, whenever you want to as well? We can get our revenge, and then you can shrink back down, and we can go back into our house peacefully. Does it actually work? Let's see.
Arrow thinks for a second, recalling the full extent of his abilities. After a few seconds, he nods. Yeah, I can shrink back down after I get bigger. I have that full freedom of choice. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Give me a second. Alright, guys. We found that the fan can actually grow and shrink at any point he wants to, which is really cool. So, here's what I said. Then my plan will work perfectly if you can find a good place to hide near where the one will be. Or she can't see you, but you can get behind her easily. Here's what he says to that.
Arrow looks around quickly, searching the house for any potential hiding places. After a few seconds, he spots a closet and points to it. Over there, I can hide in that closet right there. The door gives me the perfect view and she won't see me.
If you grow inside my house, there won't be any home to go back to. That's the only thing I say. How are you going to sneak outside without her hearing you? Though, if you grow inside my house, there won't be any home to go back to. Wait.
Arrow thinks for a second, trying to formulate an answer. I could use telekinesis to open the door very quietly. Then you could go outside and trick her into coming out, and while you two are talking, I could sneak out and hide in the closet. As he says this, you notice a slight glow in his eyes, indicating that his power over telekinesis is quite strong.
Okay, I wanted to think about that plan because I don't even know how I could work. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Here's what. I actually felt the plan, kind of, but I just said maybe just apologize and. I didn't quite put it right. It's supposed to be me, not May. Me just apologizing to her probably won't be enough of a conversation. Do you know how idea of what I could talk about? I said her. While you sneak near. The weather? You want to invite her into your house for dinner. She'll definitely stay outside for a while. Okay.
Arrow thinks again, trying to devise a conversation that would keep the woman distracted. After a few seconds, he manages to formulate a good excuse for her. Maybe pretend that you want to invite her into your house for dinner. If she accepts, she'll definitely stay outside for a while.
Alright, exclamation point. Let's do it. Period. I start heading to the front door. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Arrow nods and follows you towards the door. Flying just a little behind you, he opens up the closet door with telekinesis and goes inside, making sure he can see out of it. I'm ready now. Just try convincing her to come over for dinner and I'll get into position while you're talking.
Okay. Alright, exclamation point. The neighbor is still outside, just relaxing on a lawn chair. I call her over. Can you please come here? I want to talk to you. Dude, she's gonna be so mad at me. Coldly. Oh my.
Your insane neighbor perks up when she hears you calling her. She gets up out of her chair and walks over to you, looking pissed off but still listening. You called? She asks coldly.
I just wanted to ask if you would stay for dinner. Period. It's just my way of apologizing for all the stuff I said earlier. I hope Arrow's getting into position now. Oh my gosh.
The woman looks slightly taken aback for a moment, not expecting such an offer from you. After a few seconds, her expression hardens once again. You called me a psycho and threatened to call the cops on me, and all I get is a dinner invitation as a sorry?
I can always do more for you later. Period. Just please be there soon. Oh my gosh. Arrow, where are you, buddy? Oh my gosh.
The woman continues to eye you warily for a few more seconds before reluctantly nodding. Fine, I'll come. But you better keep your word and treat me nicely.
Oh, trust me, I will. I say this quietly in my mind. I say this quietly in my mind. Can you hear me, bud? Question mark. She accepted the party invitation. Wait. I'm about to say. Sometimes it does that and it's so interesting.
You suddenly hear Arrow's voice in your head in response. I heard you! Don't worry. I'm gonna get into position. Just keep her occupied a little longer for me.
Alright. So, what is your favorite thing to eat? Question mark. I can feed you whatever you want. I start talking to saying to the woman again. Hopefully. Oh, here we go.
The woman relaxes slightly as you start to talk to her, though she remains on guard in case the whole dinner party is some sort of trick. I enjoy Italian food. I love pasta, spaghetti, pizza, you name it.
I will make you the biggest plate of spaghetti you have ever seen. Period. Don't worry. It will take a little bit to cook though. So you just relax. I'm not gonna say the last word because like here going back to relaxing actually causes her the plan to be ruined.
The woman raises an eyebrow at that, thinking that the large serving of pasta would be a difficult thing to make. You sure? Spaghetti is a lot of food, you know.
It doesn't bother me at all. Period. Anything to get you to trust me. Period. I talk to Are you about ready, buddy? hope the woman can't hear that. There we go. On. What cue do you want me to give you? There we go.
You hear Arrow once again in your head, and by the sound of his voice, he sounds prepared. Yeah, I'm ready. Anytime you want to give the cue.
A cough noise, okay.
There's a brief pause before Arrow responds, seeming to think of a good cue to use. How about you make a cough noise? That should be a good cue.
Alright, just be ready. Period. Where do you want me to guide her in the yard so you can get to her? Question mark. What's that porch? Okay, let's out of the porch.
Arrow thinks about the best position to lure the woman to so he can get behind her. Have her stand on the left side of your porch. That will give me the chance to hide on the right side and get behind her without her seeing me.
Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. Period. This is so nice.
Arrow waits patiently inside of the closet, his body quivering with excitement. He's anxious to finish off this woman once and for all.
Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Oh. I turn back to the woman and say, it won't take me long to prepare the spaghetti. I have some chairs on my porch on the left side over there. Are you kidding me? I have some chairs on the left side of my porch. That I will even let you relax on. They are very comfortable. Come with me. I can't wait. This is gonna be fun.
The woman perks up when she hears that, slightly curious about you being so generous to her. She slowly starts to follow you over to the left side of your porch.
We make it to the left side of the porch where my chairs are. Here we are, ma'am. I cough. Please, Arrow. Come on, Arrow. Come out of there.
The woman sits down on one of your chairs, settling into it and getting comfortable. So, when's the food going to be ready? She asks, looking at you with a slight bit of doubt.
Oh, it won't be long. Period. I say this quietly in my head. Alright. She's on the left side. It's your turn. See if that works. Oh, yes, here we go.
You hear Arrow's voice in your mind once again in response. You hear a slight sense of determination in his voice as he confirms the cue. Alright, I'm gonna start now.
I taught to. In my head. Alright. So what's your goal from here? Are you just gonna sneak up behind the woman, grow large, and then teach her a lesson? A lesson. What? Lesson. Period. See if that's. Holy frick, he just chuckled evilly, hon.
A low, almost sinister chuckle sounds in your mind as Arrow responds. He is clearly excited to get retribution at last against the woman. Oh, I'll sneak up behind her. But I'm not just going to teach her a lesson. I'm going to show her what happens when you mess with the people I care about. I'm going to make sure she regrets ever coming over here ever again.
Oh my gosh. You do whatever you need to do. Exclamation point. She hurt you. So I will let you do anything you want to her. To her. Oh my gosh. Oh. Excuse. Wait. Oh my gosh.
The low, malevolent tone returns in Arrow's voice in your head. He's clearly got something brutal in mind. Oh, then I am going to have some fun with her. Just wait and see. He suddenly goes quiet, and it seems he's starting to put the plan into action.
Oh my gosh. Where do you want me to stand now? Question mark, so I don't get in your way. Hopefully the woman's not hearing that, and I'm still talking to I'm still hearing them in my head. Yes. Okay.
Arrow's voice comes back to you again. He seems to be more careful now, likely hiding somewhere. Just stay where you are for now. I'm going to sneak up behind her and then grow bigger. Once I'm done, I'll tell you what to do next.
Okay. Exclamation point. Good luck. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Don't worry, I got this, Arrow responds, a note of determination in his voice. You don't hear from him again for a few moments, making you wonder what he's doing. After a few seconds, he speaks to you again, the tone of his voice a dark and slightly chilling one. I'm in position.
Dude, imagine if they made it to where the voice changed up where it's like he says something like, I'm in position. Like just in the creepiest tone of all time. I'll be right back. This video's been almost 30 minutes. Excuse me.